Hey guys, welcome back to Harrison Hacks. Today I just want to follow up on an Xbox video I did previously. Basically, your original Xbox has IDE connections um, right here. This is your standard IDE. This is the old school way for old hard drives, things like that, DVD drives, and the Molex connector. So obviously IDE hard drives are no longer in production. You'd have quite a hard time finding them these days unless they're used, and who knows what kind of shape they're in. If you want to go new, you would have to get a SATA hard drive. Now, I have an adapter for this. Here is my Toshiba. This is a laptop SATA. Okay, you could use a 3.5. I'm just using this for this video. So basically, you got to get yourself one of these. It's an IDE to SATA adapter, and I purchased these on AliExpress. And I want to say I got them for a few dollars each, Canadian. And from what I know, the maximum hard drive size you could put in the original Xbox is 2 terabyte, I believe. 2 terabyte would be your max. So you've got a little pin selector here, as you would on the back of an IDE hard drive, and so it comes as master. Now there are tutorial videos out there that show you how to clone your hard drive from one to another, and there's some great tutorials out there. I won't get into that today. I just wanted to show you guys this here. So basically what happens with this is your Molex connector, your standard power source connector, will go into the adapter here, and also your IDE connector. Let's get this going here. There we go. Just like that. So now you have those connections, and you can connect your any SATA hard drive up to 2 terabytes, and there it is like that. Now I would recommend a 3.5 inch, just because when you're replacing this, the 3.5 inch will have the same screw holes and it'll bolt in and be just like this. I just use this for demonstration purposes, like I said, but a 2.5 inch floppy does work. 2.5 inch floppy, 2.5 inch hard drive does work. As well as a 3.5. As long as they're SATA hard drives, you're good to go. If you have a mod chipped Xbox as opposed to a soft mod, this one is a mod chipped. You could put in your installer disk, and you don't have to worry about cloning your hard drive. Just attach your new hard drive, and away you go. One thing I would recommend is, let me just separate this again. So these solder points here, I always put electrical tape right here, across here. I mean, they're exposed and they're in there touching your other metal things. So I mean, I never worry about here. This doesn't ever seem to be an issue. But I would recommend right here where the Molex connector is, and right here where your IDE pin connector is. Definitely, I would just recommend putting electrical tape so that when it's in there, it's nice and safe, and you don't have to worry about it sparking or arcing or anything like that. The other recommendation, if you're going to use one of these, what I have found, for a standard size hard drive, or at least a standard size coin ops, that's about, I believe, 4.5 gigs. That seems to run fine with your original Xbox IDE cable. But what I would recommend if you're using, especially I use CoinOps Premium 8 Massive, and I mean it's about 90 gigs, and there's a ton of games, ton of artwork and videos and things like that. So I would recommend upgrading to an 80 pin, or an 80 wire. It's 40 pin, but 80 wire. You can get them any used computer store or anything like that, and they're under $5, I would definitely recommend, because it makes it read it faster. Because I mean, you are going through an adapter, it's going from the motherboard through this into the adapter to this, right? So I would definitely recommend putting an upgraded IDE ribbon cable for sure. If you're going to be using something like a 1 terabyte, or I mean even a 500 gigabyte. If you've got a lot of stuff on there, definitely you want it to read as fast as possible. I have tested these. I have one in my other Xbox as well as my son's Xbox, and they work great. They work great. I can't complain at all. So I mean, for an upgrade, you can get a 500 gig hard drive now for next to nothing. And like I said, these are a few bucks, and an upgraded IDE is a few bucks. So you just, you know, for these two parts that you're going to want to upgrade, you're under $10, and then whatever the cost of the hard drive, depending on how big you want to go. I mean, I would just go full out. Nowadays, 2 terabyte hard drives are not that expensive. I mean, and you could put a ton of stuff on there. And for people that don't know, XBMC for Xbox is XBMC. I use that for a dashboard, and I also, I mean, Pro Sport is on there working. One channel is working. Navi X I have working. Sport Devil is on there still, and that's working. Now, it's not as fast as your Kodi boxes or running it on your PC, which is what I do for my living room setup. But if this is what you've got, I mean, you've got a streaming machine right here built in, and also a ton of games. I mean, if you have a 2 terabyte, you could fit, I don't even know how many games emulators, and probably the entire Xbox library right onto your hard drive. So definitely something I would look into. They're on AliExpress, just IDE to SATA adapter, and you'll see these. And to point out, make sure you get versions that have this option. So this is the pin to go. I don't have a great camera here, but this goes from switching it from master over to slave, and you're going to want to do that for sure, to make sure that, because with the Xbox, your drive has to be on master for it to boot from it, right? And you want the slave option if you're going to clone your hard drive from an old hard drive or anything like that. So definitely make sure it has that option. They're not more expensive to have this option, just some of them don't have it. And these are decently built. I mean, the quality is not bad at all for what you pay. And like I said, I believe I purchased 5 or 6 of them. This one here I have not tested yet, but I have other ones exactly the same, and they all worked. So this one I will be testing in the future. I just wanted to open it brand new, show you guys for the purpose of this video. So again, you can use 2.5-inch laptop hard drive, or you can use 3.5-inch, which I would recommend the 3.5-inch definitely, just because it fits more snug and you can screw it right into the system. So again, guys, thanks for watching, and have a good day.